Last time in exploring the West, we walked up to a lake in the James Peak Wilderness. In this video, you'll see us on a road trip. We'll start with our first night camping in the Gore range.
We're in the Route National Forest again, like on our previous road trip, although this time we're about 40 miles west of where we were. We're actually in the Gore range. We just came over Gore Pass on 134, and we found this side road. It's Rock Creek, TP Creek. TP Creek joins Rock Creek just behind me somewhere. And here is the creek. It's a beautiful creek. Very nice. And I'll show you the way back up to the van. There's 3 fire rings here. It looks like people probably park here and then camp in tents. But it's pretty flat for the van as well, so it's perfect for us. I don't know if we'll get any neighbours. It's quite a big parking area. Hopefully not. Usually if you're parked there, people go elsewhere. We put our chairs in the shade. It's in the afternoon at the moment. We're not going to do much today apart from eat and drink and sleep. And then tomorrow we've got an exciting hike planned if the weather cooperates. So the plan today was to walk up to the Devil's Causeway, but Jay's not feeling too well, and it's also a bit windy, so we may just go and explore the first part of the trail. We just drove up Forestry Road 910, which was pretty gnarly, single track, and certainly about as much as I want to take on with this vehicle. We can hear gunshots now. This is Gardiner Park Reservoir. We're going to have to go back down that road to get out of here, so I think we're stuck here for the night. Nice spot actually.
So we did get down from the campground, pretty narrow road, and the van's all-wheel drive, so it has enough power and traction, but it's kind of a long wheelbase, and if you get big holes in a road, then you've got to be very careful not to bottom out. But it worked out okay. There's nothing coming the other way, fortunately. So we got down from the campground, drove up to the trailhead again, and then started up the Devil's Causeway hike, which goes through those fantastic flowers that we saw yesterday, and then up through the forest, and finally it goes up into this bowl where the trail takes a lot of zigzags. It's pretty steep, hard work, and eventually you get up to the col, which is windy like most cols are, and this is a final push up to the summit, the highest point from which you can see the Devil's Causeway. The Devil's Causeway is like a narrow strip of rock joining this hill run here to the next one over there, and you can see a couple of women at the top. They're ready to go over, and have some footage of them actually walking across. Here they go. They're doing it the right way, slowly, carefully, because there are big drops on both sides, so you wouldn't want to fall off this. But it's pretty wide. I mean, it's 4 or 5 feet wide most of the way, maybe narrows to 3 or 4 feet. This guy is doing a lot faster. The drone footage is slowed down, so he's actually going faster than this in real life. And he's got 2 girls that he's trying to impress. So guess what he does next? What nobody else did. He stands up so they can take his photograph. They told me he would say it was easy. I can't believe he did it with his hat the wrong way around. It's hundreds of feet down on both sides, and it's pretty steep to start with, so you could actually base jump off this. If you were facing the other way, you'd go back to the trailhead. Be a quick way of getting down. It's the kind of thing they do in France all the time. Here he goes, running across. Wonder if I should do it. Looks pretty narrow. When I say I should do it, I mean go across, not base jump. Yeah, if you jumped off that far side, you could go right down to the lake. Assume the parachute opened. Got a GoPro down here, I'll just check it out. It's around. Yeah, I just dropped the GoPro at my it's easy just to carry the dog. Okay. Yeah, still recording. Oops. Yeah, it's quite thin here. With my balance. I need to find somewhere attaching this GoPro to me.
again. One way. See how the girls are doing. I'll come back. Quite a drop down here. They're waiting for me to come back, that's good. Well, you know, if an old man can do it one-handed, you should have no trouble.
You made it look easy.
Yeah, I've been rock climbing for 50 years.
Oh wow, yeah, that one.
Okay, away from the crowds now. I got there and there was two women about to cross the causeway, and then as I got the drone ready, more and more people just came and the drone wouldn't take off, so I had to mess around with it. Eventually got the drone footage and went back and forth across it. The GoPro dropped at one point because I had it stuck in my pack, so I just did it one-handed. And now we're on the way back down. So, Jay made it up to the col, I can see it down there. So this is not that great for tottering coming down here, it's a bit steep. But it's not too bad. Yeah, it's a lot easier than going uphill. Oh yeah, it's no time at all going down. The principle with tottering is to let your body go loose, particularly your knees, not to stride. You know, when you stride you put a foot down and kind of stop yourself. This is more falling, works really well. Yeah, both Newton and Einstein knew everything's about falling. Just move into the gravity well, you can't avoid it, but don't break it. It takes all the effort out of it. Or break as little as possible. Almost there she is. Wow, you did all the hard stuff. You did all the hard work.
I almost went up there, but it was so windy. I didn't want to come down in the wind.
Oh, I flew the drone eventually. It wouldn't.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it wouldn't
so
take off for a while, and then I thought maybe it was the altitude. You know, it had to reset home, and I couldn't figure out how to do it. And then I turned it off, started again. It came up a different way. It never seems to be consistent, and everything was just normal.
It was really windy. I didn't know if you were going to be able to do it.
Yeah, a load of people there, so I took a video of a couple of girls going across with a camera, and then I flew the drone and took more video. I think it should be okay.
Wasn't any better up there than over here, so.
No, well, the view, the thing about up there is that there's the actual causeway, and it's still like 4 feet wide, and you just walk across it, you know.
Did you?
I went across and back, yeah. One-handed. Well, I had a GoPro in my my chest strap to start with, and it fell out on the way there. Fortunately, it didn't drop down the side. There's like 1,000-foot dropping out the side. And then I went across and came back, just holding the GoPro in one hand and holding on with the other.
My goal was to get to this view, so.
Yeah, isn't it great?
Yeah.
So we come out the top, down to the Col, which is a little windy. Cols always seem to be windy. This is the hill I just came down. Jane was at the bottom of this hill on the Col, and now we have a set of switchbacks to go down, which for me will be really fast because I'll just tutter down these no time at all, and then I'll wait for Jane at the bottom, or you know, part way down. Okay, so this is pretty much ideal angle for tottering. It's a little bit steeper. Well, it slopes off to the right at the moment. Yeah. And it's a lot less effort than striding, and about 50% faster as well. So there's no reason not to do this, and you can do it with a full pack. I've done it with, you know, like alpine climbing gear. It's not running, it's just sort of going loose, and on the flat bits you can walk, and then when it gets steeper, go loose. It's a bit like cross-country skiing. What you do depends on the angle you're going down. If it's flat when you cross-country skiing, you kick and glide, and then you may have to herringbone going uphill, and then coming downhill. If it's steep, you can just glide on 2 skis, or you can kick with one leg. It's like that. You just do what's appropriate for the angle. I'm going to avoid the party coming up here by going down this steeper way. I'm going to be pretty careful on this top bit, it's pretty steep. It's just too steep for anything. I can glide a bit. I mean, we can totter a bit. Okay. Here's our little trooper. We're back into the zone with all the flowers, so I just thought I'd turn the camera on, and you can see how many there are. Lots of them. Little buttercup ones, I don't know if that's what they're called. Indian paintbrush, the red ones. Some blue ones here. Big yellow ones. So I was eating in a restaurant in Turkey once, and we were always trying to get fish and chips together, but French fries were considered to be a starter, appetizer. So they didn't want to bring them out together. Anyway, there was a whole load of fish in a tank, live fish, and the guy who spoke the best Turkish said, "What kind of fish are they?" And the guy who owned the restaurant said, "There are 2 types. There are big ones and little ones." There's flowers of all sizes here. just everywhere. More walking through the flower zone. There's a lot of columbines. Jane's a flower fan, aren't you?
What?
You like the flowers?
I love the flowers.
Yeah. These are the best we've ever seen, I think.
They're beautiful.
You just hit it just at the right time. They're just everywhere. And the columbines in particular are spectacular. I can see why they're the state flower. Columbine everywhere. So after we did the Devil's Causeway hike, we decided to come back to the Gore range because it's quiet here. There are a lot of people over near Stillwater Reservoir, and we arrived at beer o'clock, strangely enough, which is an Avery IPA, 6.5%. Once again, we're right near a stream, I think Big Rock Creek is what it's called, and I haven't been down here yet. Beer o'clock is something the old Sea Dog says. He's got another YouTube channel. I recommend it. Yeah, it's pretty great here. Can't beat it. Okay, so we're making dinner. On today's menu we've got spinach tortellini with black truffle sauce from Trader Joe's, of course, and some zucchini, and what else is in there?
Garlic, tomatoes, olive oil, and balsamic vinegar.
Here's the finished product.
So we decided to go home via North Park. Here's some flowers with a butterfly in it in the Arapaho National Nature Reserve. And this was the pond where we saw the cinnamon teal last time, and as you can see, it's really dried up. Apparently the native fish are adapted to survive in these conditions where the water level changes, whereas the imported or introduced fish like brown trout and rainbow trout find it difficult to survive in these conditions. But the place we really liked was Seymour Lake, and the reason we liked it so much, I think, is because it was so quiet. There's no one there at all, and there was one pelican on the lake which took off shortly after we arrived. So the star of this place was this avocet, which we followed around. Didn't fly away. They like to walk, and yeah, we really liked this place. And after this, we just went home. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video.